The Moto Edge of 2025 is a solid offering from Motorola. And if looks and an edge display is something in your priority list, then you'll be covered. Now, personally, I'm a little off and on when it comes to it because 1 second, it's beautiful to look at. I mean, the display is bleeding along the side of the device. It's really good looking. But then in the next second, you're accidentally touching the edge display and you're wondering why your touch inputs aren't working. However, if looks aren't your main concern, your question would be, does this device make sense for the money? Let's find out. If you want to get your hands on the Moto Edge of 2025, you're going to be spending $549.99, and that is for the unlocked model. Now, of course, if you're on a carrier that offers the device, you're going to be able to get carrier discounts. Me, for example, I was able to get the phone for $355 on Visible Wireless because that's my carrier, and that's a savings of almost $200. The reason why I make that such a point is because when you think of 549, that's very close to other devices like the Pixel 9a, and the OnePlus 13R, which I think are better performing and better value for the money. So for my review here of the Moto Edge of 2025, I'm gonna have key areas of focus: display, hardware, battery, performance, cameras, software. Simple. The display of the 2025 Edge is a beautiful one. You'll be looking at a 6.7-inch Full HD Plus display, and the resolution is 1220 by 2712. Now the display does support HDR10 Plus, and there's a claim 4,500 nits of peak brightness, but honestly, spoiler, it's not. Now protecting the display is going to be Corning Gorilla Glass 7i. Now whatever media you decide to consume when it comes to this device here, YouTube, Hulu, Amazon Prime, whatever your flavor is, the viewing experience is going to be a pleasure. Indoor and outdoor visibility won't be an issue at all. It's not 4,500 nits of peak brightness, but it is pretty bright, so you're not going to have to worry about that. You're going to have 120 hertz refresh rate to ensure smooth scrolling. And under that display is going to be an optical fingerprint reader, which works pretty good. If you're familiar with Motorola devices over the past couple of years, the back of the Moto Edge of 2025 is going to be a familiar leathery back texture. The power and volume up and down keys are on the left side of the device. And on the bottom of it, you're going to have Type-C for charging, a speaker grill on the right side, and a microphone on the left. And if you look along the top of the device, you're going to have another microphone as well as a secondary speaker. So for the internal specs, you're going to have 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of internal storage. And for the processor, it's going to be the MediaTek Dimensity 7400 Ultra. Now with all that, you're going to have a rating of IP6089 for dust and water resistance. Kudos to Motorola. Jumping into the battery, the Moto Edge is going to have a 5,250 milliamp hour battery. Now this battery supports 68 watt fast charge, which is wired charging, and 15 watt wireless charge. Now in order to get the full charging capability, you got to buy the charging brick from Motorola, which is inexpensive of Amazon, but it does suck that they don't include it in the box. I just don't understand why these companies are doing that these days. And as far as the battery life in this device, you can expect it to be really good. Easily lasting a full day, and in some cases, depending on you as a user, 2 days. Now performance has been mostly a solid experience. And if you purchased any Motorola devices in the past, or seen any videos or reviews on the device, you would know that Motorola doesn't include a lot of bloatware when it comes to their UI, which is Hello UI. It's about as close to stock Android as you can get besides getting a Pixel. But when it comes to the everyday performance of the device, typical tasks, email, sending text messages, things of that nature is going to be a breeze, but you are going to notice a few hiccups from time to time. It's not going to be the fastest phone in the world, but it's definitely not the slowest. Now, when it comes to Geekbench and the 2.2 benchmark, which are the two tests that I typically use when it comes to devices, a lot of these numbers on paper doesn't really mean a lot, but it does show you what a device is capable of. So with the Moto Edge of 2025, you're going to have a single core score of 998 and a multi-core score of 2559. So when it comes to these numbers for the Moto Edge, it puts it in the budget category, if not budget, slightly above budget. It is not in the mid-range or premium territory. Now with the 2.2 benchmark score, you're going to have a score of 661,692. Now similar to the Geekbench score, this puts it right along the range of budget phone to upper budget phone. It's not quite mid-range like I said before, and performance is pretty much on par with that. Now with the Moto Edge, as you can see here in the rear, it features a triple camera setup. The main camera is going to be 50 megapixels. The ultra wide is 50 megapixels as well. And you're going to have a telephoto lens that's 10 megapixels. Now the telephoto has 3 times optical zoom. Max resolution for the rear cameras is 4K 30 frames per second. And all 3 cameras can shoot at that resolution. Now for the selfie cam, it's going to be 50 megapixels as well. It is a wide camera, and you have a max resolution of 4K video as well. Photo quality turns out to be good most of the time, but the processing afterwards can be a little too much. Typical scenes like taking a picture of a tree, taking a picture of the sky, can be a little artificial at times. You can take a picture of a nice red car or a nice, plain object, and the processing will make the photo look very, very artificial. That's the best way to explain it. Now, some people may like it, but I'm personally not a fan. The quality of the photo is not the issue, it's just a matter of the AI processing. So if you are okay with the AI processing that the device does after taking a photo, then you'll be fine. But if you're like me, you're gonna notice and you're gonna say, man, this kind of sucks. Now that's across the board for all three cameras. The quality of the image is not the issue, it's more so the AI processing. You're not gonna have an issue with how the photo looks in terms of, it being blurry. It's gonna be more so accurate scene detection or accurate scene of what it actually took a picture of. But overall, the cameras of the Moto Edge of 2025 are exactly what you would expect for a device in its price range. Now, as far as the software, out of the box, the device does come with Android 15 with a promise of, I believe, 1 or 2 updates or major OS updates of Android. So Android 16 should be on the way. Now, as I was saying earlier, Hello UI is on top of Android 15 and it's Motorola's user interface for their example of what Android should be like. Now, don't get me wrong, it is a very close experience to stock Android and it's pretty good. And you also get a nice amount of features from Motorola as well. So you get a couple things that Motorola has been putting on their phones for quite some time now, like the fast flashlight, where you just literally just hold your phone and chop it and the flashlight comes on. And obviously you do it again to cut the flashlight off. And then you're also going to have the quick capture. So basically you just have your phone in your hand and you just turn like that and you activate the camera. As you guys can see, the camera is activated. And if you do it again, you can swap the cameras to the other side, so the selfie cam and the rear cam. You can do that back and forth. It's pretty cool. You also have the sidebar. So basically the sidebar, how it works is you can have an application open like YouTube or Google Chrome, and it could be a small little window and you can minimize them and maximize them at any time, but it just allows you to use the phone for other tasks while you're still in the application. So you also have a feature called Quick Launch, and how Quick Launch works is it allows you to tap the back of the phone, the top third is what Motorola calls it, of the phone, and you're able to activate some features. You're like pause music, play music, take a screenshot. But the options are very limited, but the idea of it is pretty cool. And last but not least, new for the 2025 year is the Moto AI key. Now the Moto AI key is basically a function where you literally just press the key and you activate Moto's AI. And you can do typical things that you can do with AI. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's another AI button. There's just an AI button on the phone, but I'm a person that uses Gemini. So I've used it to give it a try a couple times, but I wouldn't say it's a reason to buy the phone. So in the comment section below, do you guys currently have the Moto Edge of 2025? Do you have the Edge of 2024? And what is your experience like with it? Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with your family and friends. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.